Apter. Very special guest with me right now on the OneWrestling.com hotline. Mick Foley, welcome back to OneWrestling.com.
Billy Apter, thank you for having me on here. This is it's a special occasion.
Well, it is, and we brought you on here, of course, because we've been talking, the world's been talking, that on Saturday, May 7th, at the Garden State Exhibit Center in Somerset, New Jersey, that Mick Foley is throwing a birthday bash for Jimmy Superfly Snuka. The public's invited. Tell us about your passion for Superfly Jimmy Snuka since you were a little kid.
Yeah. I mean, since I was a teenager, definitely. And I think you were probably in attendance the night in October of '83 when Snuka dove off the cage onto Magnificent Don Morocco. I was there that night. Had hitchhiked down from school about 4 hours away. And it was, like a really pivotal moment in my life, because I remember thinking, man, that's how I want to make people feel like I felt that night. So it is not an exaggeration to say that without that moment, I may not have become a pro wrestler. So now to get a chance to throw a bash for the Superfly is just kind of surreal.
Now, you got to see the man, of course, when you were talking about it at Madison Square Garden, and I was there at ringside photographing that match, of course. And
I know I asked you for $1 so I could get something to eat, and you stiffed me.
Did I really?
No, I'm kidding.
I thought I gave you 50 cents actually, because I had to get home.
And we met just a couple of years after that.
Yes, we did actually at a show out in Shirley, Long Island.
Yes, I was wrestling for Mark Tendler, and we've been friends ever since.
Absolutely, and it's a friendship I really cherish. Tell us, Mick, about the first time you actually got to meet Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Let me see, man. I've been lucky. I've gotten a chance to see Superfly so frequently, and I remember his. So I'm going to evade that answer and go on to a different, almost different subject. His daughter, who now wrestles in WWE, came up to me and thanked me in 1997 for really just for telling the story about being a teenager and going to see the Superfly and how much that meant to me. And she felt like that was a big deal for her dad and everybody. When they're done with their career, or when they're done on television, what they have left is their legacy. So I think they always thought that I helped preserve that, and that's hopefully what I'm going to do a little bit of at the birthday party in Somerset. Yeah,
now you're talking about the legacy of Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and by no means is he old enough to put the, this is it for Superfly Jimmy Snuka. But if you were to, since you're such a well-respected author as well, if you could put a legacy of Jimmy Snuka into a few sentences, what would that be?
Oh, that he was part of one of the great moments, or he was responsible for one of the great moments in wrestling history, and that he encouraged other people to create great moments of their own.
I'm going to give you some of the names of some of the other people who are going to be at the Garden State Exhibit Center in Somerset on May 7th at the Snuka birthday bash that you're throwing here. First of all, the Cake Boss will be there, but Honky Tonk Man will be there. Give us a couple of thoughts on Honky Tonk.
Man, he always colorful, always a great addition to a show. I just saw him at the Cauliflower Alley Club, and it's never dull when the HTM is around.
What about Tony Atlas?
Tony's another guy I've known for over 20 years, wrestling with him in Maine for the Savoldis. So it's like a reunion.
They are trying to get Nikolai Volkov to sing the national anthem.
Are they really?
Yes.
I also saw on the Superfly poster that the Nigerian Nightmare.
Right.
They think they had nightmares. I don't know if that means there's two of them.
Yes. I was wondering, have you ever seen them?
You know what? I'm thinking it's Power Udi, who I wrestled in 1987.
No, this is not. So your job tonight, of course, when you get off the phone, is go to YouTube and put in the Nigerian Nightmares. You have never seen people like this. They are totally maniacal. Actually, I took them out to the Rocky Steps a few months ago, and they ran the Rocky Steps, and one of the Nightmares is about 425 pounds.
Oh, so it's not the guy I wrestled in '87.
No, absolutely not. And these guys are so agile. They have an incredible style of wrestling, and you'll never understand their language. Everything is ga 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 ga. That's it. That's it. But they're really incredible, and they will be there on the card that night. So we are so looking forward, though. To see, oh, by the way, Brutus the Barber will be there. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, you know what? It looks to me like the card is made up of so many people that you can see how popular the Superfly is, and I'm sure people are working for less than they usually would, and in some cases, just to be part of the action. So, as a guy who's done a lot of independent shows, this is a big deal. I think everybody there really wants to be there. I know, I do.
Riddick Bowe, actually, the two-time boxing heavyweight champion, will be there as well.
You're kidding me?
No. He's a big Jimmy Snuka fan.
Wait a second. I just realized it's a wrestling event with a cake.
Oh yes.
It never ends well.
Never ends well.
Ask Karen Angle. Yeah, it never ends well.
You are going to ask Karen Angle. We know about that. We are. You are going to present the cake from Buddy Velastro, the cake boss, and I will be hosting the event, and I can't wait to see you. And if you could sum this up, Mick, and tell the fans about coming down to meet you that date.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty good sized autograph session. I think it starts at 5, and doors, the bell time is 7:30. So we're expecting a big crowd, and we're expecting people to line up and support Jimmy and have a lot of fun.
And you can go to www.jimmysuperflysnuka.com for more details. Before we let you go, 2 other things we want to talk to you about. There's a charity very near and dear to your heart. Would you like to say something to us about it?
Yeah. It's called Rainn. It's the nation's largest anti-sexual assault organization, and I've been both a volunteer for quite a while, and I've actually been asked to serve on their board. And being a guy without a lot of organizational skills, that's a little scary. But one thing I told them I'd do is to try my best to do my first ever fundraiser. And we had a goal of raising $10,000 to help survivors of sexual assault. And thus far, Bill, we are now up over $43,000 with 4 days left. And I really believe we're going to hit $50,000, which is like just stunning the people, in the organization, because nobody expected that kind of support.
Where can people go to find out more about this, Mick?
They can go to Rainn, RAINN.org/Mick Foley, and on that page they can either donate or they can find out about the organization. And honestly, if people just want to, we're asking for $10 donations. It's called 10 for Rainn, the hash mark number 10 for Rainn. And if they want to hand me $10, you have my word that I actually do contributed. I gave the organization $60 last week, so they can go online at rainn.org/Mick Foley, or they can, if they trust me with $10, they can hand it to me at the Snuka show.
Oh, that'd be great. Remember, it's Rainn with 2 N's.
Yes, exactly.
And last but definitely not least, let's talk about TNA. TNA Impact every Thursday night.
Every Thursday night at 9. I haven't been on in a while, but that could change at any moment. It's still my organization. Still think they do a great job, and I hope people will tune in.
Yeah, you can catch Mick Foley coming up at the Jimmy Superfly Snuka Birthday Bash. Check out TNA.com, of course, for all the news there. And Mick Foley, we want to thank you so very much. And personally, I look forward to seeing you and that cake in the ring on May 7th at the Jimmy Superfly Snuka birthday bash.
And then just so I can tell you guys something you never thought you'd hear, yes, my kids did name our puppy after Randy Orton, and I believe he's trapped in the pantry right now.
Is that right?
Hey, you gonna let him out? Oh, he's out.
Oh my goodness, he's out. Crisis averted. Do not call the SPCA, everyone. Mick Foley, thank you so very much.
All right.
We will see you at on May 7th at the Superfly Jimmy Snuka birthday bash. And as Freddie Miller, the late great broadcaster back in Georgia Championship Wrestling, used to say, "Be there." Not bad, huh?
Very good, Bill.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.